James for Dr. Owsley.
All right, we're ready to roll, huh?
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
You know, he has high expectations. He's very active. He's still quite young, and he has horrible arthritis.
Complete bone-on-bone arthritis. In fact, the hip is no longer round. You've actually squared off the hip.
First looking at it, this is someone I can help. So there's that sense of excitement, like, oh my gosh, he needs us. We can help him.
Not much motion there at all.
At the same token, I want to make sure that his expectations are in line with my expectations, that it's a big surgery, that he'll have to change some things in his life.
There really just isn't any motion at the ends of motion. It's very uncomfortable. Your whole hip and pelvis start to rotate.
You have that thing constantly grinding on you and feel like I feel like somebody to stick a poker in there all day long. Every time I get up to walk, I go, there's got to be something better than this.
As we go through the class, please ask questions. Feel free to, interrupt us, whatever it takes for you.
The total joint replacement class helps the patient to understand what's next. So from a nursing perspective, from case management and how to get the right equipment, get their house ready for their safe return.
Every shift along the way, there'll be nurses with you.
They often come into the class, their shoulders are up, and my doctor told me I had to come, and they give us this eye roll and a little bit of an attitude. But when they leave, they're thank you so much. You can see their shoulders have relaxed. They're happy, and they say, I didn't realize I even had some of the questions that you answered.
Hey, are you ready for this?
Absolutely.
What are we doing for you?
Well, Dr. Ozzy and your gang is going to take my right hip, and you're going to hack that dude out and put me a new one in. I'm not nervous at all. This stuff does not even bother me. And excited because I know in the end result how I'm going to feel. Codename Jammin Jimmy.
Jammin Jimmy.
His hips were textbook probably 8 to 10 years ago, and he kept pushing through and going. So they were really quite advanced. He had a lot less range of motion, a lot more arthritis or problems. It wasn't just a wearing out of the ball and socket, but he had completely deformed, or now he had a misshaped joint on both sides of the joints.
Yeah, that floating in his hip.
He had broken off some of those cobblestones. They're called loose bodies. And so he literally, it's like walking around with a rock in your shoe. He had 2 or 3 rocks in there, but he was so numb to tremendous pain that he's had for years that he just kept going on in life. He didn't have many options.
And this goes on top of the femur.
And our pain numbers are some of the best in the nation, not just the region. Our patients are leaving the hospital sooner, they're happier. Almost every patient we see is surprised at how comfortable they are after surgery.
I'm your physical therapist. My name is Bob Fleming.
Bob, nice to meet you, man.
All right, I'm going to be getting you up today.
All right.
So patients come in all different ways prior to the surgery. So we try to find out how they were walking prior to the surgery.
Okay, go up.
Yep.
Ready?
So when you
Let's rock and roll.
stand up.
Let's rock and roll, man. This feels good.
So we want them to get back to a normal gait, to a gait that they had ability to walk normally, 10 years ago, or prior to having any symptoms of arthritis.
This is feeling great. Well, they had me in that operating room at 7:32, and I was twisting my feet and wiggling my toes about 10 after 9. I was ready to go then. I get a little faint when my wife's around me.
Our average is under 2 days in the hospital stay. So we really try to accomplish that. We know that patients, no place like home, we try to get them back as soon as possible. They're eager and they're told when they are in amazement when they are hearing that they're getting up the same day.
Want to race? Yes. Come on, let's go.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start taking these off one by one, okay?
Yep. I mean, it's painful, guys. Don't think it's a fun road to go down when you're still working through all the jam, the pain. Tell me again what I'm not supposed to do. Okay, you're right.
What we do is we check the length, because we talked about that always being a risk, and we look at this little bump and they look perfectly aligned.
So I'll be back to playing volleyball. I'll be back running around the grandkids, throwing softball with my one granddaughter. She's into softball. And just I'll be able to go hiking, go climbing, do what I need to go do that I've been behind on for the last 2.5 years, 3 years.
Okay, are you ready to get out of here? Guess what? You can hand this in on the way out and say, we want to go home.
We're coming up on 5 minutes, man. It's good to feel good. I mean, honestly, God, it feels great. If people are sitting afraid to go do this, why you want to sit in pain? Why would you want that? 1,